Hi, good morning. My name is Rudran from Justum Fortis Law Studies. Today we are going to see Article 12 of Indian Constitution. We will see the importance and the interpretation of Article 12 of Indian Constitution. See, you are all aware, Chapter 3 of Indian Constitution deals with list of fundamental rights, right from Article 12 to Article 35. These articles are very important fundamental rights classified under six sets, that is right to equality, right to freedom, rights against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, right to cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. So many authors quoted these fundamental rights are Magna Carta of India, and especially Article 32 of Indian Constitution. One individual can reach up to Supreme Court in case of violation of fundamental rights. So even Dr. B.R. Ambedkar quoted Article 32 to be considered as a heart and soul of Indian Constitution. So now we will go into the topic of Article 12. We wanted to emphasize on Article 12 because see, if you see Article 12 either directly or indirectly it connected from Article 1 to Article 395 of Indian Constitution. Article 12 considered to be an integral part of Indian Constitution in every article. So now we will see Article 12, it defines the term state. So now we will see the state can be defined in the following ways as per the Indian Constitution. One is Union Government, Parliament of India, example executives legislative body of Union and State. And the second is the Government of State, that is the legislature of every state, example executive legislature of states. Three is local authorities, other authorities of under the territory of India. Four is local authorities, other authorities under the control of Government of India. So thus we can able to understand that executives legislature body of union and state comes under head of state under Article 12. So now we will see the definition of authority. Authority, as per the Webster Dictionary, authority is a person or a body who exercise power to command. So as per the Constitution, authority is a person or body who makes law, creates law, bylaws, regulations, rules, regulations, notifications, and in short, they make law and they enforce law. So before going into furthermore, we will try to understand local authority. So local authority term defined under General Clause Act Section 3 Subclause 31. It says that it includes panchayats, municipalities, and mine settlement board and improvement trust, etc. See, now we will see other authorities. Actually other authorities can be it is not explicitly specified in the Indian Constitution. It can be understood through various case laws. So it can be a restrictive interpretation or it can be a liberal interpretation, or it is further widened the interpretation in respect to other authorities actually. So before going into other authorities, so we have to understand that the fundamental rights are available only against the state. It is not against any private person. So if you see the case study of P.D. Shamsadai versus Central Bank of India, the petitioner filed a case against a private person who was encroached into his own property. The Supreme Court actually rejected the petition, saying that the infringement of private person can be dealt in a separate statutory law. So it cannot be claimed as a fundamental rights. So it is understood that the fundamental rights available only against the state, and even state has to protect every citizen's right as per the directive principles of state policy. So we will go into other authority. So other authority can be discussed with some case laws actually, since it is not explicitly specified in the Indian Constitution. So the case law is in 1953 the University of Madras versus Shantabai case actually. So in the Shantabai case, Shantabai filed a petition. There was a discrimination of discrimination of gender. So the Madras High Court held that there is no discrimination against the petitioner, because it is said that no government authority it is been involved for the governmental functions with respect to the University of Madras. So it is held that the University of Madras it cannot come under the head of state. Okay. Subsequently, in 1961 case actually, Ujjama Bai versus State of UP case. So where actually Ujjama actually is a dealer of BD factory. So Ujjama actually levied tax by the tax authority of UP. So the regulation says that actually local UP authority government regulation says that there is some exemptions in the tax. So Supreme Court actually said that that local authority cannot impose any tax actually. So the previously we have seen Shantabai versus Madras University case. It is said that SGEM generis concept has been discussed, where SGEM generis says that it's a similar kind of activity. It is not exactly the same. So thereby Madras University case it is not said to be it is under state. But whereas Ujjambai versus State of UP, the court actually rejected the plea of Madras University's judgment. So these authorities can be kept either in the rational way under the other authority. So Ujjama case actually it is discussed in the little liberal sense, whereas Madras University case actually it was a very restrictive interpretive actually. Followed by 1961 actually Rajasthan Electricity Board versus Mohanlal case, where the petitioner actually the dispute is between the promotion of employees. There is found to be discrimination on the equality. So the Supreme Court held that the Electricity Board of Rajasthan, it is considered under the head of state under Article 12. But whereas the petitioner of Electricity Board is said that it is not under constitutional body. So the Supreme Court has declared that Electricity Board comes under the statutory body or the constitutional body. So it has to follow the rules and regulations. In case of any violation of fundamental rights, the person can claim the remedy under the fundamental rights. So, this has been made. The Supreme Court has made some kind of test in respect to Rajasthan Electricity Board. It is found that these corporations like corporate will or board will comes under head of state. So thereby based on this test actually many other board also comes under the head of state, like Cochin Devasthanam Board and even the Cooperative Society under Cooperative Society Act 1911. So these all comes under the head of state under Article 12. So in case of any violation of fundamental rights, one can reach Supreme Court to Supreme Court to get remedy as a state. So furthermore, this Rajasthan case actually it is furthermore broadened the scope of the expression term called under the name state. So another thing is state has got always a responsibility in protecting the every citizen's rights under DPC directive principles of state policy. So furthermore we will going to expand the case of Shukdev Singh versus Bhagat Ram case. So where based on the test laid down the Rajasthan Electricity Board, they have declared furthermore corporations actually under the head of state, which includes LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, ONGC, that is Oil Natural Gas Limited Company, and Industrial Finance Corporation has declared under the other authority in the term of state under Article 12 of Indian Constitution. So based on these tests actually, they have made some kind of importance. If any governments who are working very closely with the public, and it has got a very importance of the public, and moreover they also functions as like a government, it is considered to be the state. Furthermore, the liberal interpretation further actually expanded its scope with the Ramana Dayaram Shetty's case actually, where in the Ramana Dayaram Shetty's case actually, where the parties between the cases actually, the International Airport Authority of India versus Ramana Dayaram Shetty case actually, where it is held that the International Airport Authority of India is considered to be, it works under the central government, where the members are appointed by the central government, where the removal of members also comes under the central government. So they made some kind of test to determine any body it is considered to be an agency or an instrumentality of the state. So in this case, they have furthermore expanded actually. They have given some kind of test to determine. So one is whether this government is functioning fully with the state government fund or the central government fund, or it has got pervasive of dominant functional character of the state. Otherwise the government has transferred this into corporate governance actually. The third is they got a full functioning authority under the government. So these tests determine whether this body or agency or the instrumentality of the government actually. So furthermore, we will see that the case study with respect to in three categories. One is the government companies, other is the corporate companies, and other is cooperative societies. So before going to these cases, we have to understand with respect to Rajasthan Electricity Board case. They have declared that irrespective of any government or non-government functioning actually, if it is a statutory body or if it is a constitutional body, it is considered under the head of state in case of any violation of fundamental rights in respect to removal of employees, or in respect to some kind of like violation of fundamental rights with the employees. These employees can go till to Supreme Court get the remedy for the same. So now we are going to understand one by one some cases actually with respect to government companies. So that Som Prakash versus Union of India. In the case actually, Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited actually, they are the subsidiary of the government. So they work only for the development of the economic, and it promotes economical activities. It is not only confined to statutory body, it is also working along with the government company. So it is considered to be state with respect to the case of Som Prakash versus Union of India. The next case we will see with respect to the governmental corporation, that is Central Inland Transport Corporation. Central Inland Transport Corporation versus Brijanath Ganguly case. Again, the test of the body of agency or instrumentality of the state is been fine, where the Central Inland Transport Agency, it is actually appointed by the central government. The chairman or the board of members are appointed by the central government. So all the rules and regulations are followed by the government. So it is also considered under the head of state under Article 12. So now we will take some case study with respect to corporation. The corporation, the UP Warehousing Corporation versus Vijay Narayanan case, where UP Warehouses Corporation constituted by under the statute and controlled by the government agency. So these employees, in case of any violation of rights of fundamental rights, these employees can always go for to seek the remedy under the Article 32 of Indian Constitution. So furthermore, we will see the subsequent case laws actually with respect to the registered societies. Suppose any like a body organization which is registered under the Registration Act Society under 1960. So they also comes under the head of state. So in fact, Justice Bhagavati and Justice Matthew had quoted that this interpretation on other authority can be broadened and it can be widened actually. It is not only restricted only to the governmental bodies or statutory bodies, and the function is also, if it is closely associated with the public, it is considered to be the state actually. So now we'll see some case study with respect to registered society. In the Ajay Asaria versus Khalid Mujib, it is been found that the society is registered under the Society Registration Act 1960, and these all the regulations and all everything controlled by the government. So this society, whatever society is registered under the Society Act, it is considered to be the state actually. So again, there is a violation of fundamental rights. These employees can get remedy or seek remedy. So now we'll see another case, that is Tektaj Vasanti versus Union of case actually. In Tektaj Vasanti versus Union of India case actually, the case is actually they were operating the institute, that is constitutional parliament institute actually, the Institute of Parliament and Constitutional Studies they were operating actually. In fact, it is a voluntary organization. So the court decided that it is actually, though it is being registered under the Societies Registration Act actually, it cannot be considered as a state under the head of state. So further we will see another case called Chandra Mohan Khanna versus NCERT case. So NCERT is a National Council for Education, Research and Training actually. So actually this NCERT gives guidelines, advices to the Ministry of Education. So they are not directly governed under the Government of India. So in this case actually it is decided that the court has decided that NCERT will not comes under the head of state. So it is not doing any functions of the government. So it is not termed as a state. So in case of Basi Reddy versus International Crop Research Institute, actually they are actually non-government organization. So they help to develop the countries who are into hunger and they want to elevate the poverty. So this is not functioning under the government. So it is not considered as a state. So another example we will see that there are some authorities under the control of Government of India. See the last part under the Government of India. In case the trust who are operating outside India, so these can be considered as a state under the international agreement actually. So now the challenging question comes now is, see we have seen all these restrictive interpretation, liberal interpretation, further widening broader interpretation and many other interpretation we have seen actually. So in this context actually you all know that the Government of India, it has got a main three organ actually, that is legislative body, executive body and judiciary body. Then now the question comes actually here is, the judiciary will come under part of state, under the head of state, under the Article 12. So actually if you see the Article 12, it is not explicitly specified judiciary. Judiciary plays independent body, it plays a very important role actually. But in the case of Naresh Kishore Kumar versus State of Maharashtra says that the judiciary member also comes under state, especially if they are not functioning judiciary role. It applies on the administrative role and non-judicial role. So that way judiciary will not come into under the head of state. So I hope you have understood some little concept, some little insights with respect to Article 12 of Indian Constitution. So see now we can understand if judiciary, the scope of other authorities, it's keep on expanding for the benefit of the people, it becomes a new challenges under the Constitution with respect to Article 12. Whether judiciary can come under Article 12 or it cannot come under Article 12, it's a big debate actually. If you see US Constitution, it is clearly defined that judiciary is an independent body, it cannot come under the state actually. But in India, some cases says that judiciary, in some cases judiciary also some part of it comes under the state, and in strict sense judiciary cannot come under the part of under the state actually. So no one cannot question under the judgment of any High Court or Supreme Court judge. So it is decided that judiciary will not come under the head of state, because judiciary as an independent organ which functions, it interprets whatever the legislative body creates law, it interprets and it makes the rights it guardians of the fundamental rights of the every citizen. So I hope you have understood the little concept, right from the importance of Article 12, the term of state, and the different authorities specified under the various interpretation. We have seen the case laws right from Shamshadi, and right from Rajasthan Electricity Board, University of Madras case, Shantabai case, and Ujjama case. Thereby, after looking into many interpretation, we have understood the state. Because why we are understanding the concept of state? So, in case any violation of fundamental rights, in case violation, the state has a role to important to protect every citizen's right. So, in case of violation of fundamental rights, so we can go till to Supreme Court for the remedy. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for seeing. Thank you very much. Okay.